So, hello everyone.
Hi.
Happy Monday. It's May.
It's Monday?
Monday, May.
I've lost all track of days.
May the 4th be with you guys. We have an amazing person in our show tonight. Last time we saw them, it was a couple years ago at the Mexican Cultural Institute, and amazing violinist. And we are so excited to have them here tonight. And please welcome Deborah Katz. Hi, Deb.
Hey.
Hi there.
Hi.
All the way
Hi,
from
Deb.
across the river, huh?
Oh, I know. All the way in Virginia.
In Virginia.
In the total world. Yeah, Virginia.
Well, you're probably making your neighborhood cool, so I won't hold that against you. But we're very happy to have you. It's so exciting to see you and to hear you play again. I'm very much looking forward.
She is one of the coolest people we've met.
She is probably the coolest violinist we know. It's true.
Yeah.
But let me ask you, like I ask all of our guests, what's your earliest memory of you knowing that music was it? This is something you were going to do.
Gosh, it's hard to pinpoint the moment, but I will say that when I was maybe 4 or 5 years old, I would walk around with I had a little Fisher-Price plastic tape recorder, and I had Suzuki tapes, and I would go to sleep with it. I would play it, and it would be under my pillow, and then I would fall asleep, and I'd wake up kind of in the middle of the night, and I would hear like kind of the like when battery operated tape players were a thing, and you could hear just like the slowing down, and like, nowadays you don't ever hear the roar of the battery dying. I don't know if that's when I was like, oh, I love music, but I think that I was just so captivated from listening all the time. And then I begged my parents for lessons around then, and just kind of stuck with it. And then when I was a teenager, rather than like listening to angsty punk music, I would go to the library and check out recordings of Tchaikovsky violin concertos and like Brahms chamber music, and I would just sit in my room and like cry and
be full of angst.
Equally angst.
And joy.
Sure, blame the libraries. That's great. Well, but you've been playing since a toddler, right? I mean, since you were what, 5?
I started lessons then, yeah. Well, my mom is a piano teacher, so there's always been music in my house.
Well, you said something really telling. You said, I begged my parents. I mean, we hear stories of folks that were kind of sort of reluctantly dragged to the piano or to whatever instrument, but you begged your parents, so it had to have been in there.
Yeah, and that was actually because my mom was teaching me piano, and I think the way I rebelled was by playing violin, because she couldn't show me what to do.
Oh my God, that's so amazing. That's great. Smart. And you ended up at the New England Conservatory, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And that's also a place where they have El Sistema. Are you familiar with that? The Venezuelan.
I am. At the time, it wasn't a thing, but I do know about it, and I know about the Venezuelan program, and it's become really popular, and a lot of kids are learning through it.
Yeah, and how did you end up at the conservatory, the New England Conservatory?
I did that. That was my master's degree. So first, I was at Indiana University, majoring in music, and I just heard of a really great teacher there. The concertmaster of the Boston Symphony accepted me as his student. So then I went to New England and studied with him.
Beautiful.
That's great.
But yeah, it was a great experience.
I bet, and it's a very prestigious conservatory. So it's and the people who go to conservatory versus a regular university have a complete very different appreciation experience to what it comes.
Well, Indiana is a pretty spectacular music school
as well. Yeah. And I also remember that you have a connection with an orchestra in Mexico.
That's right.
I played the Yucatan.
In the Yucatan Symphony, yeah, for over 4 years.
That must be an amazing experience.
Was that in Merida?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So, oh, gosh, it was just, I don't know. It was just one of those things where I felt like I had a real family, and not just with the orchestra, but I just feel like I fell in love with Mexico. And, I still have a lot of friends that I keep in touch with there, and I go back and visit every once in a while. But yeah, it was a pretty special time. I went there from San Francisco, and
Which is also a lovely place.
it was also a lovely place. Yeah, but I felt like, hey, I could stay in San Francisco easy. It was so awesome there. But then this opportunity came up for me to go play in Merida, and I couldn't say no. So that took me down there, and yeah. And then I met my partner, and then
Did you guys meet in Mexico?
We did.
I didn't. I don't remember that. That's amazing. That's very cool.
Yeah, magic story.
That's very cool. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's very exciting, and I know that people are waiting to stop hearing me talk and hearing you play. So, do you have something to play for us?
Yeah.
All
so
right.
I'm going to play part of a movement from the Andante from Bach's Second Unaccompanied Sonata. And I chose it because Bach is just kind of one of those connecting composers. This music has been around for 300 years. And string players everywhere that, my colleagues are always playing Bach, like in various momentous occasions. And it just is always, it has this intimacy that's always appropriate and relevant. So yeah, I'd like to play that.
Well, screen is all yours.
Deborah Katz.
Thanks.
Lovely. We needed some Bach.
That was beautiful.
Tell us again the name of the piece, or that it's from.
Yeah, that's from the second sonata, the Andante movement.
That's
Yes.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Uh, it's interesting because you can you know how you can tell signatures for the very specific composers, but it also sounded slightly modern in a way, you know,
Totally.
contemporary.
Right.
That was beautiful. Thank you so
It's
much.
always relevant. Thank you. Sure.
Always relevant. And I think that's one of the things that we find through this little show is all of the different. It doesn't matter what people are feeling or are wonderful at playing. There's a connection, there is a constant, and there is a relevancy that makes it all work in one way or another. And I think
Yeah.
that's wonderful. Um, are you teaching or do you teach?
I do. I don't have very many students, and the ones that I did have before COVID don't want to do online lessons. So I would be interested in teaching online. If anybody out there is
Well,
Put
you
that
know,
word out.
I think that's one of the things that we are learning is that this modality of online everything, it's the way to go no matter what, because this is
Yeah.
going to last a little while. So we might as well figure it out and do something with it, something that moves people in the right way. So
Yeah. Great. Yeah, I was noticing in all this, because all of my work has dried up, going and playing gigs and playing, orchestras. I had to leave the Sarasota Opera early because of quarantine. Who knows when the concert halls will open back up. So, and I didn't know what to expect as far as my motivation to play even. But it's actually been quite good. I started going through repertoire that I hadn't touched in years and started collaborating with friends through different apps. So it's actually been more of a connector in that way of things that I wouldn't have otherwise done.
and I think that's the part that it's important for some of the folks to remember that here's an opportunity to be creative in a different way and in a way that can reach people that you wouldn't have otherwise. And so why not take it in that direction? So,
Yep.
well, do you have another one in you that you want to share with us?
Yeah.
Okay.
What you got?
So the next thing that I selected is it's in klezmer style. Because, as I was mentioning before, kind of the things that help pass the time here is ritual. And I grew up Jewish, and I'm not super religious, but the things, like I celebrated Passover with my family on Zoom. And, there's just something comforting about kind of going back and kind of remembering your heritage. And this music kind of does that for me.
Dave, one of our guests on the series, Rachel Brooke, is a cantor in New York at the Park Avenue Synagogue. You'll have to check her out. Maybe y'all will play together sometime.
That would be great. Yeah.
So,
yeah,
and
so
can you just tell folks what klezmer is? Because it's such an interesting phenomenon.
Yeah, it's Jewish folk music. It's played at weddings, a lot of weddings, parties, just for various kind of big life events. And it's kind of to set the tone. So this piece that I'm about to play is called Nani's Valse. So I don't know who Nani was, but
I imagine
it's her valse. Yeah, I imagine that maybe this was a wedding, and so the klezmer musician is to kind of reflect the emotion with the family, like maybe the mother's crying, and so there's kind of these little emotive little notes in there. So yeah, it's just really
wonderful. Hope this
yeah.
screen is all yours.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
L'chaim.
L'chaim is right. L'chaim. That was great. Man,
Oh.
those minor keys, I swear. Nothing brings sentiment more than a minor key. I don't care what instrument you're playing, but if you throw in a couple of minor keys in there, we're going to cry. We're going to cry.
That's it. It's gefällig is the word in Yiddish.
Gefällig. You know, I don't know if you had heard that off Broadway they did a Yiddish production of Fiddler on the Roof.
I didn't hear it, but I heard that they did that.
Yes, and apparently it was pretty spectacular. Oh, that was beautiful.
Thank you so much. That was wonderful. So Deb, I ask everyone, how do we keep on going? How do we keep this amazing spirit that you have afloat and going through the motions and the rituals for the new tomorrow that we know is on the other side?
The new tomorrow. I like that.
Keep reaching out. Keep doing exactly what you're doing, and just kind of, this was actually like a big, really fun thing for me when you said, hey, you want to do this thing? And then I was like, oh, cool, and I got to kind of just think a little bit about it. And it's, it actually was a really wonderful project for me to kind of look forward to and prepare for. So I appreciate that. And I think the world needs more of you guys.
Oh.
Well, we need more of you.
We do, and how lovely for us to be with you again and know that we will see you in the hopefully near future.
Yeah, for sure.
And we just need to figure out how to connect more than just one person at a time, so we can make it a little more exciting. So that would be the 2.0 version of this little thingy. But
sounds good.
Stay well. Say hello to Virgil, and we will see you on the other side. And thank you, everyone at home. I'm going to add that link of your collaboration with the harpist.
Okay.
I love that. Is that okay? Can I add that to the description?
Yeah, I can send you a couple more also.
Yes, please do. But that one is fantastic, and I love the makeup the most.
Cool.
And so hang on for a second while we say goodbye to our friends here, and stay tuned. We have a couple more shows coming up this week. We'll send you the link in a few days.
Have a good week.
Thanks, everyone.